Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we're now joined on the telephone by Dr. Amr Saleh, the economist. Dr. Amr, a very good morning to you, sir.
Very good morning to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, Doctor. Now, could you tell us a bit more about the attention that has been given to the Upper Egyptian, the governorates in Upper Egypt, including, of course, Aswan, where we recently saw the Prime Minister, Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, on his tour of Aswan, and how he spoke about the development that is in store for the Upper Egyptian governorates?
Well, actually, let's talk about the mega project and what Egypt has been doing during the last year. We know that we need to create an economic growth which could be around, it should be around 6, 7, 8%. This is an incredible rate of growth. Remember, after the revolution, we had a dramatic rate of growth of 1.8%. This is that means over 1 million jobs a year, and that's why the government is putting in place lots of investments. That's what we call public expenses or public investments, in order to create economic growth, in addition to the investments done by the private sector.
Yes.
Lots of people that were asking questions about the mega projects and these projects that are done in several areas of the country, such as the new cities, such as the infrastructure, the sewage, water, the agriculture, the mega projects, roads. This is really needed today in order to bring the private sector to. This is not a luxury model. This is a very important economic model that has been put in place in order to bring the private sector to be up the economic growth in Egypt.
Yes.
And let me tell you that you remember that the World Bank and the IMF were really very skeptic about the economic situation in Egypt after the revolution. I remember that even we tried at that time, 2012, 2013, we tried to get a loan from the World Bank, and the World Bank refused the loan for the very time we were rejected by the World Bank.
Yes.
And even the World Bank was really skeptic about the economic growth of the country. The same institution, the World Bank and the IMF, in 2017, 18, and 19, were really impressed by the economic growth that the country has done, and the direct investment that the country needs. In Egypt, we had a lot of difficulties with the period.
Yes.
Although we have, and we were among the very few countries, 18 countries, that had a positive rate of growth during this period of time.
Yes.
So let me say again, stress that the importance of having infrastructure projects and mega projects in Egypt it's a blueprint. This is the blueprint for long-term economic growth, and let's take a look at all the countries in the region or even worldwide that needed to create an economic jump, and not only economic growth, are those countries that have succeeded to invest in infrastructure and mega projects.
Since Dr. Amri, you spoke about the national mega projects, and we are focusing today's discussion on the Upper Egyptian governorates, especially Aswan, we are witnessing lots of these national mega projects in the cities themselves. For example, the Ben project, the generation of electricity from solar energy, which of course has had lots of international acclaim. How do you see the importance of such a project in the development of the Upper Egyptian cities as well?
Exactly. Great question. Let me tell you that these projects that you have mentioned are infrastructure projects. We're not talking about consumption projects, right? We're talking about electricity, sewage, roads, new cities. These are infrastructures. And again, as I have said, that no investor will implement the project, no investment will come unless we have the suitable and the modern infrastructure. And the issue, the issue that we need to have equal share when we make economic plans, or we implement economic planification, because if you have disparity or if you have inequalities in different parts of the country,
Yes.
You will have social problems rather than economic problems. So the issue is diversify your venture, try to diversify your products, especially in areas like the upper Egypt's governorate,
Yes.
that, as you know, for years have been, I would say, a little bit of the scope
Yes.
of the Egypt's economic plan, despite the very high potential that these governorates have, especially in the south, like Luxor and Aswan and other governorates.
Yes, absolutely right. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Amr Saleh, our economist and our guest. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning on this edition of The Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for your time. And that wraps up today's episode and brings us to the end of The Breakfast Show. You were in the company of myself, Angie Meher. I hope you have enjoyed it. Join us again tomorrow for another episode with a different crew. Till then, many thanks for watching.